I just want to know, what are we doing at this point? What are we doing? None of these couples like each other. They always arguing. The dates are a disaster. Okay, what are we doing? But of course, we got to get into it from a therapist's perspective right about now. Now, I don't know about y'all, but do any couples exist anymore? And one of the couples I feel like is lying. Well, they all kind of lying, but okay. One of them seems like they've been together for quite some time. And let me know before I get into them who you think it is. All right. But make sure you hit that like, you subscribe, and of course you share this with your group chat. All right. And join the membership. All right. But where do we begin? Because it's all a mess. It is so much going on outside of them being in a relationship. Fights, arguments, drinking, throw in some therapy sessions. Oh, wait, not therapy sessions. Something to put a Band-Aid on it. All right, because we need y'all to keep filming. It's not working. None of it is working, okay? Now we have Clay and Tatiana. This man, Clay, is just a pathological liar. He just be lying. Just be lying. And now the current lie, on top of the big lie, is that he's pretending that he's following a vegan diet when he low-key snacking on regular food. Now, veganism, being a vegan is hard. I ain't about to try it because I love me some ranch. I love me some chicken. Fried chicken, not that fake chicken that Tabitha Brown be making. Not the mushrooms. Give me the real stuff. Give me the real, okay? But this man to me just is a pathological liar. Just lies. I don't even know why really, but to lie. And then is he really into Tatiana? He just a mess. He is such a mess, a sleazeball. Half these people have babies that they had a month ago, 4 months ago. So they arguing, all right? And then we come across Brandon and Kiki. Okay, Brandon and Kiki. Let me put my therapist hat on right now because there's a lot of trauma, triggers, and reactions because your partner is triggering you. A lot of y'all are Kiki and Brandon. Maybe not the same situation, but your partner does something that triggers you because you have unresolved trauma that you have not processed. So it's not that your partner is making you mad because they didn't do the dishes, because they didn't buy you flowers. What's beneath the behaviors? What's beneath the behaviors that you're getting mad at that is symbolizing or bringing up from something else? Maybe you feel like you always have to do the task at the house and your partner never pours into those responsibilities because you saw your mom and your daddy doing the same thing. And you're afraid your relationship is turning into your mamas and your daddies. Okay? Maybe him not buying you flowers. Okay? On the surface, it's about the flowers, but the deeper thing is you don't feel seen. You don't feel heard. Okay? So I want you guys, as you're watching this video, to think about the relationships that you are in, that you have been in, whether they're romantic partners, family, friendship, and how some of your unresolved stuff comes on up. What's behind what is really coming up for you? Now we see between Brandon and Kiki, they meet with a therapist. I believe she's the same girl from last season. Get the check, girl. They brought you back. I believe you was on here, or was it a different show I saw you on? You might have been on here season 1. I'm loving them bringing you back, okay? Now, they try and meet with her because, of course, we got to put a Band-Aid on it, right? We got to make it look like we're helping them, trying to make things work. But really, we're bringing the trauma to the surface without really handling it in a proper trauma-informed way of once Brandon brings up, or Kiki brings up these things, what are we going to do about it? What are we going to help them? How are we going to help them talk about it? Where is the trauma focus in real trauma-informed practice? Now, I'm not blaming the therapist at all because I know they're not her clients. This is not a therapeutic setting. She was hired by production probably as a coach to do some of these one-on-ones. So I'm not blaming her. I'm blaming more production. Are y'all trauma informed? Are y'all trauma focused? I don't think so. Now, Brandon, of course, says, as some of y'all said, and I thought too, he has some issues with alcohol because of past trauma that he's seen his parents get into it over alcohol and ultimately divorce. All right. And the therapist is good. She asked an open-ended question. What do you think about when it comes to how many drinks are suitable? Not saying a direct question of how much do you drink before you feel intoxicated or too much. What do you think of when you think about, I love it. I was like, girl, you in your bag. You know what you're doing. Because there's a way as a therapist to ask a direct question, but go around it and still get our answer and get you to reflect, hopefully reflect, but see, oh, you got me. You got me, therapist. You got me. Well, I don't know if that's really going to work for Kiki and Brandon, because I feel like all these couples, they don't need to be together. There's no chemistry. There's so much trauma in the way of them connecting. There's this gap of trauma. All right. And I just don't see how it's going to work. And Kiki, we finally found out what her secret was, or the many secrets that she has. There's some overlapping between her relationship with Brandon and her ex. I believe she said she was with her ex, was it 7 or 8 years? Let me know, chat. And she's been talking to Brandon for 4. So I'm a therapist, so I'm not the best at math, but even my kindergarten math skills let me know, oh, there's some overlapping. Okay? So she's not only drinking to cope with her mother's passing, she's probably also drinking to cope with this relationship she's not really over. So once again, Kiki didn't need to be on this show. Just like a lot of these other people. Okay? But Kiki did not need to be on this show because she is 4 months out of, what was it, an 8-year relationship? So once again, y'all, did y'all just come for the bag? Did y'all just come for the bag? Because I don't see how you can be talking to somebody virtually, let's say 8 years, and not know they have a partner. There's no kind of like little spidey sense, third eye, gut feeling like, how come we only talk certain times of the day? How come we haven't seen each other? Huh? How come we haven't seen each other? And I guess I skipped over Brandon and Kiki arguing, and it goes into the kitchen. And then Alicia gets involved. She's saying she was minding her business. Y'all don't really know how to mind y'all business, because this is not minding my business. This is not. And as Brandon said, you over here talking about our mess. What's your stuff looking like? Because it's not looking good for you to be all up in our mess. It's really not. Okay? I need people to really learn how to mind the business that pays them. Mind the business that feeds them. Stop getting other people's relationship when your own shit stank. Okay? Because you and Urban ain't really doing that well either. But it's the distractions, y'all. Instead of focusing on myself and reflecting, what's the other word I like to say? Accountability. Taking accountability for how I play a role in my own relationship. I'm just going to look over here. What y'all doing? What y'all got going on? A lot of y'all have friends like that, family members like that, who say they mind their own business, but don't really know what that means. And the action steps that they take in their lives also don't indicate they know what that means. Okay? Clocked it. Okay? So Kiki says she can have 7 drinks, 2 regulars. Did you say, she said 4 regulars and 3 shots. Now, does that sound like a social drinker to you? In one night. And of course she said, it's over a span of time. Over a span of time. In her little baby voice. Kiki got so many problems: grief, lying, alcoholism, probably some body image issues. I think she mentioned something about a miscarriage. I was editing another video, so I might have missed that part. But I think she mentioned that too. And girl, please leave this show. Go to therapy, work on yourself. All right. But her and Brandon, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. All right. And then we go on this disastrous group date to Topgolf. Nobody's getting along. At this point, does anybody like each other? I'm gonna let y'all answer that in the chat. Does anybody like each other at this point? Because it's giving no. Nobody likes each other. But because of production, we want a free vacation. We want a little bit of coin for being on this show because I'm sure they get a day rate for every day that they're on this show. They're going to make a little bit of cash from being on it. So that is another reason and incentive why these people are staying. Because y'all don't like each other. Y'all don't want to be with each other. It's hard to believe that y'all was even talking for as long as y'all saying y'all talking. It don't make no sense. The actions, the body language, the interaction is not giving that I ever liked you. It's not giving that at all. So we go on this date, and let's talk about Cinco and Old Girl. Them, they gotta be lying. They gotta be a couple who have been together for quite some time. Because it's not given we just met, especially if they had, they in the shower they did some things the first day that they got there, and then we never see them together like interacting with the other couples. There's not a lot of drama. It's just given to me that we've been together, but we gonna lie so we can get a vacation and some money. It just doesn't give to me that we just met. The comfortability, the way Single communicates, and he giving advice to other people. We barely see the camera on them. We saw them at the Topgolf thing together, how they mind their own business in the booth. But I don't think they've been together. What does it always say? 4 months, 5 months? I don't believe it. The vibe, the energy, the actions to me is giving that we've been together for quite some time. It just doesn't make sense to me. Hell, half these relationships as a therapist don't make sense to me because they all toxic. They all toxic. We're on season 2, right? What really changed? What improved? Did anything get better? Or did it get worse? Because it really feels like the couples this season, they don't like each other. And so we watched them on this date. Tatiana confronts Clay about him being a pretend vegan. Clay is a man-child. He is a man-child. Lies for no reason. Still haven't told her about this 4-month-old baby he got that his ex just was at his place and happened to get pregnant. The dick just happened to follow his way through the little tunnel, right? Right? Because at one point, is he going to really be honest and just, I don't know, man. Men are trifling. Men are really trifling. I just don't get him. I don't get what he's doing. And then I feel like Tatiana, like, he a liar. So what you doing too? I can't just blame him because you engaging. Okay? Now, as a couples therapist, y'all are exhausting me. I probably wouldn't even take the money because it's like, it ain't worth it to me. And I get a lot of calls, emails about different relationship dynamics. And I say, no, the money ain't worth it to me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to be honest. Because some people are going through things and it's like, I can't help you. So why should I take your money? I'm not that therapist. The money ain't everything to me. I really want to help people. I really want to make a difference. So if you come to me on some, like, I can't help everybody. Okay? Some of y'all just need to break up, call a divorce attorney, move out. You don't have to check off the we went to couples therapy box. I know y'all. Y'all feel like y'all gotta do y'all due diligence and try everything because y'all want to feel good inside. Y'all want to feel like, at least I know I tried everything. You can try everything and skip on over past couples therapy. Okay? You don't need to sit on nobody's couch to validate that you want to leave this relationship. That's what you're really looking for. But let me stop preaching, y'all. Okay? Because y'all didn't come to church, so let me stop preaching. So she confronts him. She know he lying. Okay? And then the other couple, the guy who's always cooking, they get into it in the car, and Urban is calling Alicia weird, and y'all really hate that word weird for some reason. Nobody wants to be called a weirdo, wants to be called weird. I don't get it. It's just a word. Why does it have to define you? If you're not weird, let it go. Let it fly. If you ain't weird, okay? But they arguing. And I know it's really only one Top Golf that's in El Segundo down the street from where I live. So y'all up in them white people establishment arguing. All right. And then we get back to the Ponderosa. And Jared wanted to, go into the intimacy suite with Charli to get that thing cracked. He said he's been putting in the work. So he wants to be rewarded, right? Because he's a child also. I did my homework. I put in effort. Where's my fruit snack? Where's my reward? Charli is his reward for, I guess, putting in some effort into a relationship that ain't even real. So they go into the intimacy suite and recognize that there are cameras. So we're just going to cuddle. At least that's what they're telling everybody. Okay, let me know if y'all really think that they only just cuddled. Or did Jared get his fruit snack from Charli, okay? Now, Alicia's also having conversations with herself. We see her, I think, earlier speaking in tongues and praying. She struggles with accountability, self-reflection, okay? When it comes time to sit down and have a conversation with Irvin, she taps out. But he does too, because I think he's over it. So once again, what are we doing? Why are we here? Why are we here? Alicia, to me, is delusional because she does not recognize the role she plays. And sometimes in relationships, women, just like men, struggle with accountability. They struggle to see the role that they play, the part they play in the dynamics. Now, there are two people in this relationship. Each of y'all play a role in how we get here. But sometimes we are focused so much on me. I'm an individual. I'm going to do me. She going to do her. That y'all think y'all here, but y'all are really here. And until you take away the me, I, you ain't never going to be here. And you're going to continue to have relationships that fail you. And you're wondering why you ain't got nobody. Because you're not good in here. You're not good in here. And so as the episode goes on, more people are arguing at the pool. I thought you was going to get me a drink. How am I supposed to get you a drink and get the pasta salad at the same time? They arguing across from the pool. What are we doing, y'all? What are we doing? What are we doing? These people don't like each other. It's a vacation. They live in a nice house somewhere. It might have been in Malibu. It might be somewhere in Redondo. I don't know. But they don't like each other. And we're on, what is this? Is this episode 4 or 5? And we got what? Is it 5 more? Nobody's going to leave on their own. Because everyone's here for self. Everyone's here for money and a vacation. So at least in the first season, we saw by now 1 or 2 couples at least leave. But this time, no. It's going to take something for them to leave because everyone is so caught up in receiving something from this show. And it ain't a partner. It's monetary value. Okay? But recognize how Your unresolved trauma filters into your relationship. Did your partner really do something to you? Or is it a trigger? Is your partner a trigger for you? Do they represent or bring up stuff from your parent dynamic, the things you have been through? Recognizing yourself, is this something that is a me problem, or is my partner actually doing something? Is it my trauma coming to the surface? Am I in a relationship with somebody who sees me? Am I in a relationship that is us and not I's? Okay. And who do you represent on this show? Have you ever been in relationships like any of these dynamics? Because a lot of people are these people, but instead they point the finger and laugh, and really you might be a Kiki, an Alicia, a Tatiana, a Cinco. You might be all these people, a little bits and pieces. Okay? So do some self-reflecting. Let me know in the chat. What did you think about this episode? What did you gain from this video? And I guess we're going to be here next week, y'all. And I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you hit that like, you subscribe, you support the channel. Give me a thumbs up. All right? Bye.